I'm going to have some espresso ice. What? Yo, what's up? What's up? It's Coach Nick Money with the indelible one, the only DBL Nick's in the house. Also known as
the Rainmaker.
Yeah, baby, yeah. And of course, it's not a party unless you got yourself a stonk queen with a bushy tail that is also a Serengeti specialist that ensnarls all the stonks. The one, the only, DBL Moms.
Hey!
There you have it. All right. So we're watching MHUA. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by saying that this is just a show. We're not giving financial advice or stock advice. We are not financial or stock advisors. It's just a show.
Hey!
All righty. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and do what this young man says, por favor.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share.
Because sharing is caring, folks. Sharing is caring. All righty. And, of course, if you're not following us on Twitter, what are you doing? Go to Twitter, x.com. It's at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money.
Sir.
And, of course, you can also follow us on Twitch at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And, of course, we're going to be streaming live, as always, on social media. And then, after we're done at about 9:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be streaming in our own private Discord. We invite you to come and join us. Over there, we discuss our entry and exit strategies, the indicators that we use, and a bunch of other stuff that's really chock full of information. And, of course, we also have our bangers that we call. A lot of bangers, a lot of times. And we're early to the show. 99% of the time. I can't really say that for sure, but a lot of times, right, Doubles? A lot of times. So the early bird, forget about the worm, gets the cash. So this morning, we had several bangers that were called early in the morning. We had PITA, P-I-T-A, a recent D-SPAC, 194%. And, of course, we called it early for our Discord. PMEC, 128%. News, we even did a video on news yesterday, and it went up 101%. And now MHUA up 100% on morning news. The market's been a little bit soft. Today is the FOMC meeting, the Fed meeting. So, of course, it tends to create a choppiness in the market. The meeting should be usually later in the day, probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. So the market's a little choppy and prices aren't holding up very well. That's kind of normal. Yeah. Hopefully the Fed will be dovish. And if they're dovish, that could be a good thing for the micro cap world. So we're hoping that they are doves, like turtle doves. I like turtle doves. I don't know what a turtle dove is, but I like it anyway. Doubles, turtle doves. That's what I'm saying. Time for some espresso.
Dove with a shell on its back.
I don't think they could add one if that's the case, Doubles.
I
don't think so. But let's take a look at MHUA, because right now, that's really the only ticker that seems to be somewhat moving, and it's kind of choppy. It's currently up 90%. It was up 100% just a few segundos ago. The float is 8 million. The volume is relatively low, but again, the news just came out at around 7:15 in the morning, and it is pre-market, but it is at around 15.5 million shares, so it's, not horrendous. It's moving on up to the big times, So MHUA's news is they facilitates a world's second 5G remote robot assist lobectomy. So that's the news that it's got, and it pushed the stock up 100%. Now, we've seen a lot of tickers pump today, Doubles, and then they dump, and that is not unusual when you have a Fed meeting happening on a day of trading, and that's what we have. We have the Fed meeting happening later in the day. I think it usually happens like around 2:30, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but right now we're watching MHUA MHUA, and it's pumping, it's pumping, it's pushing, and it's up 107%. So there is still an opportunity for us to look at some stonks that are going to potentially run, even though things are choppy, doubles. They're a little choppy. Let's get rid of some of these indicators to make things a little bit more clear, if you will. Alrighty, so it continues to pump upward, and right now we're at 112% on MHUA. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or if you want to see some other stocks, put it in the chat. Just put it in the chat, I say. So right now the price action is extremely extended. It broke through a significant resistance area, and this area right here, $1, is also a significant resistance area which became support, and it had a hard time breaking through 148, which would have been an area of significant shorting. You could actually see that it kind of like triple topped. So you had a top over here, a top over here, and a top over here. Let's get that graffiti pencil out and draw what we see right now as the stock starts to squeeze up a little bit more, but we had a triple top and it had a hard time breaking out, and then over here it kind of did like a flat top breakout right there, boom. You know, and a flat top breakout would look something like that right there, something like that right there. You know, there's your flag, right? Your flag, the little flag thing going on, and then right over there we could go down there and boom, that's what it did. A little flag, a little flat top. Here we could zoom in and show it a little bit more clearly. A little flat top breakout, and then it broke out, and kind of choppy, but moving, and now it's pumping, it's pushing, 117%, folks, 117%. Mr. Babs, what's up, man? What's up? We're going to go check out a couple of stocks for Mr. Babs in about a second. Well, we're looking at MHUA right now, so that's one of the stocks that he wants to take a look at, and it is, in fact, moving, and slowly but surely we are seeing more and more volume coming in. Float, 8 million. Volume, almost 18 million, and it does have news. MHUA International Medical Technologies facilitates world's second 5G remote robot-assisted lobectomy. It's been kind of choppy, folks, but it did break this resistance area, and it is significantly above $1.48, and that is a good thing, and it has been trending up. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of a trend line going on. It is super extended. You can see that especially on the 5-minute chart. Look at that. That is some kind of extension over there. So we certainly need a pullback, but right now it seems like it's still trying to keep pumping up. The high of the day was $2.25. So let's go get another graffiti pencil out and mark that high of day, because it's trying to break it again. Again, super extended, needs to pull back, so I'm not 100% convinced that it's going to break this current high of the day, but let's see what happens. It's still above the trend line. It hasn't completely failed. It is pulling back, and will it form an ABCD, or will it start curling up, hit resistance at 2.25, and create a bearish double top? Or does it fail and not hold the trend line? Let's see what happens. This stock has now gone up 117%, and it looks like it's pulling back. And if we take a look at the 9 EMA, which is right over there, the teal colored, right, or blue, or whatever the heck you want to call it, this line right here, it's got to curl that way for us to feel confident that it might do another push upward. But again, super duper extended. This is the 1-minute chart. If I go to the 5-minute chart, again, for the folks that didn't see it, look at how extended it is. So it is certainly due for a pullback, but we'll keep an eye on it because it hasn't completely failed yet on this. What's an ABCD pattern? An ABCD pattern would look something like this. So price starts over here. Let's just go ahead and do that. Price starts over here. Price of A, right over here. Moves up to over here, B, a high. Then it pulls back, but not all the way down to where A is, right there. And then you see another push all the way up.
It's like a little lightning bolt.
It's like a little lightning bolt, a little zebra, or a crooked N, you know? So right over here, we could have an ABC. So it would be here to here, here to there, right? And then there, all the way up. That's what we're hoping for. But sometimes the price action can falter where the this level is right here, where the B is, and what you end up having is instead of having an A, B, C, D pattern, you end up having a double top like that, or you have a situation where it goes A to B and then B to C, and you think it's gonna bounce back up, and it just keeps on going down like that, right? So a lot of it depends on what the volume is. So right now we're looking to see if it will do an A, B, C, D, but there's a couple things that go against this going A, B, C, D, which is specifically that the price action is super extended. Let me get rid of this drawing over here because it's kind of cluttering the situation. But I think that was a pretty decent explanation. Doubles, what would you say? Would you say that's decent? So. My pleasure, Mr. Babs. All right, so it looks like it is forming a head and shoulders. So the head would be here, a shoulder would be here, and another shoulder would be here. And that is not a surprise because, again, when we look at it on the 5-minute doubles, look at how extended it is. Yeah, it needs to catch its breath. Can't just keep going straight up. That would be nice, but that's kind of like fantasy land. You know what I mean? Fantasy land. So it looks like it's doing a head and shoulders type of situation. We're going to get the graffiti pencil out. Let's go ahead and do that right there. Let's go ahead and move this over here. And it looks like we have a shoulder over here, a shoulder over there, and a head over there, and it has already broken the trend line. So let's get rid of the trend line. And what this oftentimes means is there's going to be a flush downward like that. So that is certainly a possibility of the situation, and it is, in fact, bouncing below these various indicators. So we're hoping that it'll catch some footing and turn back up instead of going down, but you do have this very bearish pattern. And if we go into a longer time frame, let's see if anybody got caught earlier on. All right, so there were folks that probably got caught back in February, but that's not recent. Over here, there was a situation where the price action moved up. That would be July 1, so there might very well be profit taking as we get closer to the open, but it's still kind of early, right? So the folks that got caught back on July 1 might be profit taking, but again, we still have time, so we'll see what happens. Not financial advice, folks. I'm just chatting with you. Just having a conversation, not financial advice, not stock advice. I ain't no financial advisor. I ain't no stock advisor. I'm just a schmexy son of a gun. Yeah, baby. Nice and juicy. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, so looks like it's a triple top. Let's go take a look at the other ticker that Mr. Babs wanted us to check out because this ticker has lost some momentum. DBL Moms, will you please put MHUA on the side over there for me, and we'll check back with it if it starts to curl back up. Curl. But right now, it doesn't look like it's curling back up. So let's see. There was another ticker that he wanted. I think he wanted us to look at MIRA. And MRIA, let me see what's going on with MRIA. What's the story? What's the story? It's up 3% right now. There's no current news. There was some news that came out on the 29th, 2 days ago. Reports promising preclinical trial results for mental health treatment to submit investigational new drug application by the end of the year. Okay, what? Float 9 million. Not horrible. But the volume is only 85,000. It is trying to break VWAP. But if we zoom, you can see there's no volume. So it needs a lot of volume and a lot of demand. Vitamin D, vitamin V. That's what it needs. It needs that. So we'll say we got support over here. We got resistance over here. Resistance over there. Over there. Over there. And over there and over there. So it needs volume to become interesting. Otherwise, not so interesting. Wah. All right, let's take a look at NUZE. 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 All right, so what's the story? Here's the story. It came out with news. NUZE came out with news yesterday, doubles. Ha 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 ha. DBL Moms, NUZE came out with news of insider buying. Now, why is this particular ticker interesting? It was interesting because the news came out in after hours and the float was only 560,000 shares. It's a micro mini skirt float, the ones that I like, the ones that make me feel all hot and bothered. Okay? And the volume currently is 4.3 million shares. However, right before the close of after hours, this disgusting double top over here was created. You see this one over here, and what ended up happening was you had a major pullback off of this double top, kind of predictable. And this morning, we had a spike in the price action. Ooh. And in fact, news went up 101%, and it was kind of choppy doing it. And it failed a couple of times, and it also created this descending wedge and pushed upward again off the descending wedge. If you were following us on Twitter, you would have seen posts about the descending wedge bull reversal. So if you're not following on Twitter, go ahead and follow on Twitter, aka x.com. It's at Coach Nick Money.
Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. Yeah, baby. All right, so the descending wedge happened, but then after the price action popped up, it started forming a triple top. So top, 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 and then you had a massive falling off the cliff over here, and it has been continuously falling off the cliff for quite a while now, and it formed another double top, and it kept flushing, right? So it trapped folks over here, right? So right now, it just keeps flushing, and it is simply a situation of, what have you done for me lately? I know you have a low float. I know you came out with news that there was insider buying. I get it. I know you ran in after hours yesterday, and of course we called it for our Discord early before it ran up yesterday. Of course we did, because that's what we do, yo. And of course we did a video on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube,
be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, and ring that bell. Yeah, and share it, because sharing is caring. In fact, would you share now? That would be kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so of course we did the video, and of course it went up 101%. And now it's going down. It's below VWAP, and it has lost its schmexiness at this juncture.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to do better than that now, News. You know what I mean? So we'll just keep on keeping on. Okay, so there was also Peter. How are you, Peter? And Peter is a D-SPAC type of situation. Price action was collapsing, and then we had this little bump over here, and now it's selling off. And I guess in a way, maybe this is a wedge, but not very impressive. And since we have a situation where the Fed is speaking today, I don't know. We'll see. I need to see something better than being below the 200 EMA, which is what's going on over here, which is right at this level over here. And we got VWAP over here, so you got a lot of work to do. All right, Peter. So Peter, you went up 194%. Very impressive. Of course, we called it in the Discord before it went up. Of course. Double arms flexing like Schwarzenegger. Or who's the other guy? The green one. Hulk. Lou Ferrigno. Hey, oh. Yeah, the Hulk, man. He's the Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the Hulk back in the day, yo. Yeah, he was the Hulk, yeah. For real. Okay. What happened? NC. Oh, we got a mover. What's going on with this one? Noco. 29-cent stock, up 90% on what? There's some news of insider buying. It's a foreign company, 6.5 float, volume 11 million, but it's moving on relatively low volume. So, all right. I mean, I guess I could put it on a side chart. Let's keep an eye on it because, things are kind of slow today. We're taking it nice and easy. We're just chilling on out. Oh, Mr. Babs, NCNC, he saw it. Very good. All right, so there you have it. It's pulling back. Let's see if it can hold up. It would be nice to hold up over here above this level. Let's see if it can do that. It is pulling back, and of course you have the 9 EMA over there, so hopefully it can bounce up off of that. The news doesn't sound particularly exciting, not particularly exciting, and it's kind of been a while since the news came out. But if it can give me a bottom tail doubles,
Yeesh.
a green one, I want to be particular. I want to see a particular green bottom tail. Then maybe we got something. But this is a stock that is under $1, so it's going to be very volatile and very, how should I say, risque. Risque, especially on a day. It's risque on a day like today when the Fed is out of its bed and it's going to have a meeting while it's eating. Okay, I don't even know if they're going to have a meeting while they're eating, but it rhymed.
And hopefully.
Listen, sign me up. Yo, sign me up. Contract, music producers, contract. Come on, man. I could spit some rhymes.
And hopefully
all right.
the Bears get a beating.
But like that, like what you said. Okay, so this is the story. It's now at the 9 EMA, and it looks like it's failing at the 9 EMA, and we're seeing that the 9 EMA is curling downward. That is not a good sign. The last hope would be the 13, but I don't like this. I don't like what it's doing right now. I don't like what it's doing in light of what the what's going on for today. And I think that by the afternoon, we might see a different situation. So by the afternoon, we might see some runners if the Fed meeting goes dovish. Dovish. We want the Feds to be doves. Be doves, Feds. Be dovish. Dovish. Like my little turtle dove, the one and only, the Stunt Queen herself, DBL Moms. Hey. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Time for some espresso ice. I salute to everybody. Everybody. Mr. Babs, welcome. You're welcome, brother. You got it. All right, so let's take a look at some other stuff that's, somewhat moved. So PMEC moved yesterday, and it moved today. It was hugging the demand zone over here, but it ultimately ended up failing, as you can see. And if we could zoom in, you could see that it is barcoding, which means there's not a lot of volume. So because there's not a lot of volume, yeah, PMEC, you went up 128% today. Yeah, that you did. I'll give you that. And yes, you ran parabolic a little bit yesterday. Yes, you did. But right now, you're only up 53%, which means you went down around 70% from your high. What's wrong with you? You broke your neck? What's going on? Huh? This is no good. The Indelible Pride community does not like seeing this type of stuff. Okay, so you get your act together and you pick yourself up off the floor and you dust yourself off and let us know when you're ready to run. Okay, is that the right way to talk to them? Sometimes you got to give some tough love to these stocks. You know what I mean? Because they can misbehave.
Oh.
What is it? Spare the rod. Yeah, spoil the child.
No,
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
I think it's spare the child, spoil the
Spare the child, spoil the rod?
Yeah.
It's the other way? Oh, okay. All right. Hey, if you know what it is, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. We got a heavier float, kind of like making a little bit of noise. Let's see, PRST. We're grasping for things right now because there's nothing really particularly schmexy. But PRST is a heavier floated stock, but it's only 5 cents a share. And it is up now 34%. I don't see any news on it. The float is 74 million shares. Volume, 9 million shares. Moving on, light volume. A risque stock. It's very risque. But it did move, so there it is. There you have it, folks. It moved. It's alive, I tell you. Alive. It's alive. All right, so let's see. We got GMM hitting the scanner, baby. GMM. Let's take a look. Looky here. Top wick. We don't like top wick doubles. We don't like that. And we want a bottom tail, baby, not a top tail. All right, let's go to the 5 minute.
5 minutes.
And we can see that it has that disgusting, terrible top tail, the TTT. We don't like TTTs. Okay. Global Mafi CEO invited by NVIDIA China to engage with industry leaders at SIGGRAPH 2024. That's the news that came out at 8:30. The float's at around 11 million. So it's a come see, come saw float, but the volume's only 100 and, oh, wait a minute, we have a little bit more volume, 353,000 shares. So let's keep an eye on GMM, currently up 26%. It has dropped significantly. It does have a top tail. The news is kind of like, meh, it's there. It's there, but meh, right? Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. And you got a bunch of top tails. So, all right, I'll put it on the side. Chart doubles, and we'll check back with it. What do you think, doubles?
Yes.
Should we do that? GMM, we'll check back with you, GMM. I'm going to keep an eye on you. If you get some volume, we'll see what's going on. And we have one of our friends on Twitter that wants to take a look at JTAI. Let's take a look at it. JTAI. There's not much going on except it's going downtown, right? So we got the graffiti pencil activated, price action going down over here. It needs to break that downtrend, and if we take a look at the volume is very, very, very low, so there's not that many people peeping it. And if we zoom in even closer, you can see that it is in fact barcoding because of the lack of liquidity. So you have a situation where the market makers are stepping in to provide liquidity. So without volume, it's not too sexy, not too schmexy, as we like to say. It needs volume, W's. Yes. Volume is what it needs. Let's go to the videotape. Let's see if we got another ticker that's moving. Let's go ahead and see if there's a different ticker moving. Let's go back to NCNC, see what's happening with it. Seems to be curling, doubles. It's curling. So NCNC had an insider buyer report. It is a 28.29 30-cent stock, currently up 88%. Float 6.5 million, and the volume is starting to come in. So we got 16 million shares here, and we are potentially having a test of the high of day, which is 30.48, 30 cents and 48, 30 cents and 48, which would be right around here. Of course, it is a cheap stock, so it's going to be very, very risky, very, very volatile. But currently, it is in fact curling. Doubles, it's curling. So we either get a double top over here or an A, B, C, D pattern. So right now, can we get an A, B, C, D pattern? Let's go ahead and draw the diagram. We want something like from right over here to here, and from here to here. And so far, it's giving us the A, B, C, D pattern, 112%, folks. And it just broke resistance. We're watching you. Let's go into a higher time frame. Let's go to the 5-minute doubles, and you can see in the 5-minute, it is super extended at this level. It has broken this resistance area of 32 cents. Will it hold? It's giving me a top tail doubles. You know we don't like top tails doubles. We want some bottom tails, baby, and it is super extended on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look at a longer time frame on NCNC. If I remember correctly, Mr. Babs was the gentleman who put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Yeah, baby. All right, so here's the story of NCNC. All right, so this is 180 days, so 32 cents being respected as a significant resistance area. We could possibly say, let's get that graffiti pencil out, that another area of resistance would be right around here, 34.5 cents right there. And then, of course, we also have this resistance area at 39.19 right there. Right there, let's say, and also right there. So these are some resistance areas going back 180 days. And let's go to the 10-day chart. Sorry, the 1-day yearly chart. So we can see that the price action has plummeted on the stock from $2.75 all the way to where it's at right now, which is under $1. Let's go to the 5-minute chart doubles.
5 minutes.
And we're going to go and see if it can break through the resistance area of 32 cents. Remember, when we were at the 180-day level, we had a significant resistance area. It was snuffed out over here, and right now it's trying to break that level. The next level would be around 34 cents and change. 34 cents and change. And it has broken through, but it is giving us top tails. We don't like top tails doubles.
We like bottom.
We want bottom tails. It is struggling to go further. It did give us the ABCD pattern. I'm going to get rid of that pattern right now so it does not confuse the situation. Let's get rid of that one. ABCD, it gave it to us. It gave it to me.
They gave it to me.
It gave me an ABCD.
Yeesh.
Yeesh. But now it's giving me a double top on the 5-minute, and we don't like double tops doubles. We like double bottoms. In fact, I named you doubles because of the double bottoms. We like the double bottoms. Yeah. We want double bottoms.
Yeesh.
I'm putting on special order. The special.
Special.
I'm putting in the special order. Special, like that, right? All right, so here we go. Graffiti pencil activated, and it looks like we got a situation here where we got a head and a head. Two tops. Two tops would be a bearish pattern. We need to reclaim 32 cents and break through 0.3336 for it to be smexy. Otherwise, it could be pulling back, and it looks like it's pulling back. Let's go to the 1-minute doubles. It was certainly in the overbought region of the RSI, and we're starting to get some disgusting red candles and low volume, and you're seeing that these support areas are failing. So now it is at the 9 EMA. We would want to see it stay above the 9 EMA, and we could also do a little bit of a trend line, We'd want to see it staying above the trend, if you will, right? So if it fails at the 9, the next one would be the 13, and if it fails on the 13, well, that would be just terrible.
Yeesh.
Doubles, but quite choppy.
Shopping.
It ran. A lot of choppiness today, again, for folks who are jumping in right now. As you may or may not know, the Federal Reserve is supposed to have a meeting later in the day. And they're going to be discussing interest rates. And a lot of times when they're discussing interest rates, the stock market for microcaps gets very choppy, and price action has difficulty holding. Right, doubles? Yeah, so that's what usually happens. And then after the meeting, if it's dovish, the microcaps, they usually recover, right, the doubles? But if it's a hawkish menage, it would be very bad because the market would be like. But I'm thinking they're going to be dovish. I want them to be a dove. Be a dove. Be dovish. Not the soap, the bird. Is that what the dove says? I don't know. Anyway, that's the story. Tweet. Okay, something like that. They don't do tweets? Oh, only X does that. Okay, got you.
They kind of purr like you.
They purr? Oh, well, DBL Moms is going to do it. See, she's not even a bushy-tailed stonk queen, but she's also a dove. Go ahead. How do they do it? Oh, one more time. And how does my stonk queen do it? There we go. I prefer my stonk queen. I'm just saying.
I know there were pigeons.
That espresso ice. Oh, it's different today. It's different. Yeah. All right. So, how should I say, doubles? You know what I mean? We got a situation over here where, the market's a little slow, but there's been some opportunities, right? There's been some opportunities. I mean, we had quite a few runners, even with the choppiness. You just can't be too greedy when it's like this. You gotta do the old in and out, like the Marines, in and out. You gotta get in, and you gotta get out. You know what I mean? Doubles. Yeah, the old in and out routine. Okay, so we did have Peter 194, but let's see what Peter looks like right now. Right? So it went up 194%. And yeah, if you didn't get out, you broke your neck. Okay? PMEC, same situation. Right? It ran up 128%. But if you didn't get out, you broke your neck. I'm laughing, but that's kind of messed up, right? That's like a no. Let's see. Jimmy wants BNOX. BNOX had news earlier, and it was moving for a while. But it's been kind of going downtown lately. So here's the story on BNOX. It is a sub-dollar stock at around 90 cents. It's currently up only 7%. You could see that it was up a lot more earlier, but it then dropped, and it dropped like a rock. Float, 8 million, not bad. Volume, 13.8 million. And it had news. The news was that Bionomics. Hey, is that like Bangonomics? I mean, we have a degree in Bangonomics. I'm just saying. But Bionomics announces successful end of phase 2 meeting with the FDA on the development of BNC 210 in post-traumatic stress disorder. This was news at 6:30, and you could see that the price action popped and then it dropped. In fact, if we want to get rid of this downtrend line, which we will, we can see that it was kind of obvious that it was going to pop and drop, Doubles. You know why? Because look at what I'm drawing, Doubles.
Yes.
What do we got here? What do we got there? An irregular shoulders. See, the shoulders don't have to necessarily be at the same level. It could be like you're tipping over to one side because you had a couple of yeah, because you had a couple of tequilas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tequilas. So here's your head, here's your shoulder, here's your irregular shoulder, and you got the downward trend. And Doubles. We can even go a little bit further. We could go a little bit further. We don't even have to do this head and shoulders. We could say that there was a shoulder right here and a shoulder right there.
Oh.
See? And a little flusheroo situation over there, right? So this particular ticker, very bearish. It is still going down. It is now below the 200 EMA. So the interest level on this particular ticker, for me, is very low. It would certainly need to get above 90. It would certainly need to get above $1. And I think I'm going to pass on it, Doubles. Jimmy, that's the situation. All right, so let's check out some of the other runners. We also had NUZE, which had insider buying news yesterday, and it ran up quite a bit in after hours yesterday. It formed this double top, which is bearish. It crashed, and then at 4 o'clock in the morning, it started to make its march upward, and then it pulled back significantly, formed this descending wedge bull reversal, and in fact did go bullish to $7.40, and then since then it has been breaking down. It's trying to consolidate over here, but it's way below VWAP, which is around 650, and it's way below the 200 EMA, which is around 6.25. So as I like to say, Doubles, yeah, wait a minute, hold on a second. Even though we called it in the Discord early in the morning, I'm sorry, not only early in the morning, but late in the afternoon when the news dropped, and it ran parabolic. And then we did a video for the entire Indelible Pride community worldwide on YouTube. That was last night. And yes, this morning, it ran 101%. And if you're not following us on YouTube, you may want to, because we put out some banger videos. That was DBL Moms, the stunt queen herself, the Serengeti specialist, with the bushy tail. She's got a degree in Bangonomics too, because that stunk ran 101%. But, you know, you can't get too greedy in a day like today. You just got to do like the Marines, get in and get out. And they got us 101%. And then you get out. There you go, 101%. And then, of course, the more recent runner, MHUA, forming that bearish head and shoulders pattern, breaking down from this uptrend. So let's take a look at the videotape. Let's take a look at the videotape. So right over here, we got a situation where we had a triple top, right? So news comes out, forms a triple top, price action drops, okay? Then price action starts finding strong resistance at $1.48. It forms what looks like a flat top breakout pennant. It has difficulty breaking out. It ultimately does break out to this price point, 210, forming a shoulder, pulls back, breaks out again, 225, forms the head, right? It's still above the trend line. Then it fails the trend line pretty hard and comes back, almost up to this area. So you have a clear head and shoulders pattern, and then the price action continues to flush down, and now you're below VWAP. So it went up 100%, but it is currently up only 52%. So you had a 48% drop. It did have news. MHUA facilitates world's second 5G remote robot assisted lobectomy. That was at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard. Float 8 million, volume 29, almost 30 million. But since that time, it has been selling off. So you are no longer schmexy.
No.
No.
Longer schmexy.
No, 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 no. Okay, not schmexy at all. All right, so those are the current runners. Let's go take a look at some other tickers. Let's see if we can find something that we haven't looked at. We did look at GMM. Let's take a look at GMM once again. Let's take a look at it. GMM. And it did a around the corner type of a upbeaty and downity type of situation, so it does not look really that attractive anymore. It had some news that they were invited by NVIDIA China to engage with industry leaders at SIGGRAPH 2024, whatever that is. But the float right now is 11 million and the volume is only 1.8 million, and it looks like it has pretty much crashed. There's not a lot of volume at this point. And you have, basically barcoding and a downward price action. So GMM, not particularly interesting at this moment. PRST was another ticker that had hit the scanner, and it is testing the high. Actually, we have a new high. We have a new high, folks. All right, so this is a cheapo stock. It's going to be very, very volatile. I don't see any news on it per se. The float is 74 million. And the volume is 33 million. It's pumping, it's pumping, it's pushing, it's pushing. And it is currently up 68%. 68%. And it is pushing, it's pushing, it's pumping, it's pumping. Let's go to the 5-minute. It is going to be a super duper risky stock. You could see that it has curled upward after a massive downtrend, so we can get that graffiti pencil out and say that it broke this downtrend right here. No news, and you could see right over here, if we zoom in, you could see that the liquidity is certainly a problem with the stock over here because it was certainly barcoding. But right now, volume is so-so, but we're seeing that the price action did move up. Not a ticker I would trade, but there's not much going on right now, so we're talking about what's moving, and it's up 70% with a top tail. Doubles, it has a top tail on the 5-minute. We would need to see it reclaim that wick, that disgusting top tail right over there. Let's get the graffiti pencil out. Let's form a level of resistance right over there, which is roughly at about what is it? It's about 6 cents, a little over 6 cents. So we would need to see it reclaim that. This is the 5-minute chart, and you could see that the price action is quite extended and due for a pullback. But bravo, PRST, you did run 70%. Yes. And you do now have a top tail on the 5-minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 1-minute doubles.
1 minute.
And on the 1-minute, we got a top tail and a red candle. So it looks like it's about to pull back. Not particularly interesting. We'll put it on a side chart. Side chart, FLA, baby. Side chart. Let's see if we got something different. Let's go to NCNC. NCNC, again, it is trying to recover from those double tops. Could be potentially a head and shoulders at this point. So let's get rid of some of these drawings so that it's a little bit clearer. Let's get rid of all the drawings. Boom. All right, so we got rid of all the drawings doubles. This is the 1-minute chart.
1 minute.
Let's go to the 5-minute.
5 minutes.
And we're going to the 5-minute. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a head and shoulders in the house. Head and shoulders bear pattern. Right over here is a shoulder. You got another shoulder over here.
Yep.
Right there. So you got 2 shoulders, and you got the cabeza right there. Head and shoulders, so no surprise that it's pulling down. I think it had a high of 90%. Insider buying, it was as high as 122%. So it was another bagger. Not to brag, but we've called 5 baggers in this market this morning so far. How about that, doubles? How about them apples, eh? Even in a tough day, we're calling baggers, doubles.
Yay.
That's what we do. That's what we do, doubles. That's what we do. But there's a heck of a lot of double tops and a heck of a lot of head and shoulders and doubles. You know we don't like head and shoulders doubles.
Yeesh.
We like double bottoms.
Double bottom.
We like bottom tails. Bottom tails. Bottom tails. We like them bottom tails. Them bottom tails. Hey. And so far, we're not seeing them bottom tails. We're not seeing that right now. So, all right. So that's the story. That's the story. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else we got going on. All right. We got anything else going on over here? Not a lot of tickers moving. It's kind of boring. I hate when it gets like this, doubles, don't you? Yeah, I mean, I like having action, you know? I'm like an action junkie. Action junkie. I mean, let's go back to news. News had the news yesterday. You know, it had the insider buying news. It had that low float. Oh, it's tickling VWAP doubles. Ha ha ha. So we had that little flusheroo. We got key levels over here. Some key levels. Let's go ahead and erase this line because we already established that the price action was going to go downtown. And right now it is curling doubles on the 5-minute curl. And it is now testing VWAP, which is around $6.44. Let's take a look at it on the 1-minute doubles.
1 minute.
We're looking at it on 1-minute doubles, and it is certainly trying to pierce through a VWAP. VWAP. My pleasure, Jimmy. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, so it's popping through VWAP. Let's see if it can hold above VWAP. Currently up 75%. And, of course, earlier in the morning, it was up 101%. 101%. That was like a one of its runs, right? But you could see that there was a massive sell-off from 747 all the way down, and now it's recovering. And if we zoom on out, we could take a look at the histories for the folks that jumped in a little bit later. We could see that the news came out in after hours over here yesterday, and right around here you could see that the price action starts to shoot up right here, actually, because it was like right around, I don't know, around 4 o'clock-ish, 4:10 in after hours. They came out with news of insider buying, and the price action started moving upward, and it hits around the 650 mark, which is a key resistance area. And notice the price action is at that 650 mark right now, and it formed this double top over here, top, and then the price action flushed. Right over here is the 4 a.m. split. The price action starts to recover. It forms a descending wedge because it dropped down, and that descending wedge is an indication of a bullish reversal. It does get bullish and pushes all the way up to 740, and then forms 1, 2, 3, 4 tops, which is bearish. Price collapses, tries to recover, forms a double top, bearish, collapses. Now you have a double bottom over here, bottom, and it recovers and it pierces through the VWAP. So now it's up 82% over VWAP, and now you got significant resistance at $6.75. So we would need to see it try to stay above that juncture, if you will. Let's zoom in, and we can see that it's giving us a top tails doubles.
We don't like top tails.
That's a sad thing. It's sad to see a top tail. We like bottom tails. So top tails signify that there's a loss in, how should I put it, sentiment on the buyer's side to go ahead and keep pushing it and pumping it and pumping it. We need to see it stay over the $6.75 mark if it's going to continue to pump on up. But of course, we could see that it is quite extended, numerous long green candles, so it is due for a pullback. Can it stay above VWAP? That would be very important. We can see that VWAP is trying to curl upward, and more importantly, we're seeing that the 9 EMA is starting to pull up towards the VWAP. We'd love to see the 9 EMA pierce through the VWAP. That would be particularly schmexy.
Yes, sir.
And we are getting a little bit of a bottom tail. You know how I get all watery-eyed and sentimental when I see a bottom tail, but I want green ones. Not red ones, doubles, green ones. So this is a red one, not particularly, how should I put it, schmexy. And there goes the flush. So that's what, like I said, if it's not a green bottom tail, what are you doing? It's NG, if you will. NG, all right? NG, no bueno. No bueno. Okay, so let's see. Another ticker. Looking. Don't see anything I like per se. Uh, eh, meh, meh, meh. How about ADIL? This is selling off, so no bueno, no bueno. ADIL, let's take a look at it. Very choppy, not a lot of volume. Had news at 8:30, up 14%. Just not a lot of volume. It's a low float, 3.6 million. That's impressive. But the volume is only 174,000 shares, so there's not a lot of shares being exchanged right now. So ADIL Pharmaceuticals files new patent application to protect core assets and extend IP exclusivity on core technology to 2044. So that's the news on it. And it's trying to move ever so slightly. It's now up 18%. But there's very light volume doubles. That's the situation. There's not a lot of volume doubles, and that's always disconcerting to me. Let's go ahead and put some key levels here. Some key levels, right? Right. So that's a key level of resistance: $1.58. $1.58, and we're seeing a top tail. So this is kind of losing momentum as well, and that seems to be the theme today as we await the FOMC meeting and speech by the Fed chairman, which I think it usually happens in late afternoon. So the market's been kind of come see, come saw, but we do see ADIL trying to pump up ever so slightly, now up 19%. It just needs volume, doubles. It needs volume. It has news. It does have a relatively low float, 3.62 million. The news is you know, but the volume is just not there at 222,000 shares. And all right, I mean, I'll put you on a side chart because I'm feeling generous nowadays, you know. But what have you done for me lately, ADIL? 19%. I'm so used to 100, 200, 300%. We ain't those guys that are okay with like 10%, 20%. You know what I mean? Doubles. No. That's not us. That's we want those parabolic moves that we called earlier in the morning. Come on, we're doing a show for the indelible tribe, the indelible pride that's out there. They want to see movers. Stonks, wake up. Get some espresso ice, baby. What do you call it, doubles? Tierra Cubana. Deliciosos. Deliciosos? How do you say, DBL Moms, how do you say delicious in Spanish? Ooh, she said it really nice. Wow, she sounds schmexy. Can you put your hand on your hip again and say it again? Can you say it again? Go ahead.
Delicioso.
Ooh, arr. Can you roll an R for me, Mama?
No rolling R's in that.
Well, find a word and roll it, will you?
That's the doubles.
Ring that bell. Yeah. All right. They gave it to me. All right, we got a top tail over here. We're up 20% with ADIL. It's like like that. It's like that. Let's go back to PMEC. I mean, it really disappointed after a really nice parabolic run earlier in the morning. It could not hold up in the demand zone, and it has pretty much broken down. It's kind of curling, but if we zoom in, you can see there's practically no volume on it. It's very much a barcoded type of a ticker at this juncture. ADIL now up 24%. So let's go back to it. Maybe it starts to accelerate. Could it be? I mean, there's not much going on, doubles. You know what I mean? So, it's the only show in town at this particular moment. That's the fact. It's the only show in town right now. So we're watching it. We're keeping an eye on it. Got another ticker that I'm going to put on a side chart, but doesn't seem to be quite ready at this point. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let's see what happens. Is this moving, this one? Nothing. Okay, so that's the story. So this one's kind of moved a little bit, but nothing really exciting. Let's go to PETA. And PETA's selling off. Let's not go to PETA. Let's go to GOVX. I like PETA with the what do they call that? The Suvaki? Suvaki.
Or hummus.
Hummus, yeah, a little PETA.
PETA's a good word.
And what about the gyro? But some folks want to get authentic and they call it hero. And if you call it a gyro, they get upset. It's not a gyro, it's a hero.
It's a gyro.
A hero.
No, the H with a G.
A
gyro.
G.
Yeah.
G with an H. An H with a G, whatever. Anyway, top tail on this fella. This fella's got a top tail, so up 4%. So what? So what? All right. So what else we got? We got something else here? Really not much moving. Not much. There's not much. Let's try to find a different one. How about this one? JNVR. What's the story with this one? JNVR currently up just under 20%. There was some news at 8:30. Janitor's new InsurTech platform achieves profitability in second month of operation, increases recurring revenue by more than 60% for the month of May. That's the news. 4.5 million float. Relatively low, but there's only 41,000 shares, and you can see that volume is super low, and just by looking at this, it's a hot mess. So no. Not Schmexy at all. Let's go back to NCMC. Let's check out what's going on with that one. All right, so that one had the old Head and Shoulders. It did sell off. It went below VWAP, but now it broke VWAP, so now it's going to have resistance right at the shoulder level, which is around 31 cents. This is a micro cap, little cheapo stock, currently up 99%. It's getting some volume, folks. There's no news on it, but it is getting some. Actually, there is news. It had news of insider buying. It's a foreign corporation, I believe. And float 6.5 million, volume 41 million. So there's plenty of volume, but it is a bearish pattern, head and shoulders, shoulder, head. So head and shoulders, right? So it's a bearish pattern. It seems to have tried to recover, but we have a key level of resistance right by the shoulders over here. So if we get the graffiti pencil out, we could go ahead and give it a little bit of drawing right there. Let's go there, and let's go ahead and give it a little bit of drawing right over here. So you got significant resistance at the shoulders. So it would need to break the shoulders, doubles. Yeah, it needs to break the shoulders. Let's get some drawings over here of key levels, doubles. Some key levels. This is a key level. Here's another key level right over here. So we got significant resistance at the 41 cent mark. We're nowhere near there because we have resistance over here at this 31-ish cent mark. And we could also say that there's some significant resistance where this head's at, which is 34.31. Right over here. So you got these two key areas that need to be broken through, and right now it is struggling. We have a bunch of top tails over here. So if we zoom in, doubles, you can see top tail. We don't like top tails.
We like the bottom.
And they gotta be green ones, okay?
Green ones.
Make sure. It's like when I get my M&Ms. I don't want the red ones. I want the green ones in the bowl.
Don't they all taste the same?
And no, the green ones delish. They taste like apples.
M&Ms?
Yeesh. Yeah, I'm making it up. Be quiet. Go with it. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with the two of you? Everyone's a critic.
Like
I'm just going to have my espresso ice, okay?
It makes sense.
Listen, I'm checking out NCNC. I want to see if it breaks resistance. Are you going to break resistance at 31 cents? What are you doing? Come on. You can do it. Can you do it? You have no volume, so probably not, but let's see what happens. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's clean this up a little. Let's get rid of this right here. We got a bit of a situation here where we have definitely a head and shoulders pattern. I could even extend the shoulder all the way to where the price action is right now. So if it can break, it might catch people that are looking to short the ticker by surprise, and you could potentially have a squeezy, nice and easy on the ticker NCNC. If it doesn't break, then we got garbage. We got basically garbage. There is another ticker I want to look at if this one doesn't work out. But let's see if it can break out. It's giving me a bottom tail, kind of, sort of. Little bit of a bottom tail. Doji. It doesn't have the juice. It needs its vitamins, doubles. It needs vitamin D. Demand. It needs vitamin V. Volume. Where you at? It ain't here. Right now, still a head and shoulders pattern. Kind of boring. Let's take a look at another ticker. NCIC. NCIC, that's a show, right?
CNC.
Isn't that a show?
No, it's NCIS.
Oh, what's NCIC?
I don't know.
I don't know. National Crime something or other? Wait a minute. It's trying to break through over here. You distracted me. You doubles, you distracted me. Are you going to give me a bottom tail green? Come on, give me some volume. Little volume. We're getting closer. Almost 900,000 shares. Come on. Can you do it? Can you be the choo-choo train that does? Is that the saying? The choo-choo.
The little train that can.
The little train that can? What? That could? I don't know.
Engine that could.
It's are you going to be accelerating? Are you going to squeeze? I don't know. I mean, we're going to keep a close eye on it. A lot of top tails. Losing momentum. This is the 1 minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute.
5 minutes.
And it's failing on the 5 minute. And it failed on the 1 minute. So it is still respecting these two disgusting shoulders. It's not particularly interesting. Let's go to another ticker, DBL Moms. You got something new for me? You do. Okay, that's around the trip and back the door over there. No good. No. So I would have to say NCNC is like the only hope in town right now if it can break this bearish head and shoulders pattern. This is really the only show in town. Let's go back to the 1 minute.
1 minute.
And let's see what's going on. We could see that the price action was overbought over here, but it has since been coming downward. So it can continue to come down, but it looks like it was trying to recover and come back up. We do have a head and shoulders pattern, very bearish, and if it cannot break this 31 cent level, we suspect that there could be further flushing. Now, it has some news. It is one of those cheapo stocks under $1, so it's going to be volatile. It's going to be like, buckle up your seatbelt volatile, like that, It has a lot of volume, doubles. 45 million shares, doubles. 45 million shares, okay? And the float is relatively low at 6.5 million shares. 6.5 million shares, okay? We got significant resistance at 41 cents. But it hasn't even broken through in recent times, 31 cents, and it hasn't broken 34 cents. So there's room if volume comes in, but it is struggling to break this key level. And if I fear that if it doesn't break the key level, we will have a flush-a-roo on NCNC. What's the name of the company? Noco. I gotta find out what Noco does for a living. Can you click into my dearish little turtle dove with your little bushy tail? Yeesh. Thank y'all. Would you scroll down? Let's scroll down and see what this company does. So, Noco is a Singapore-based early-stage decarbonization solutions provider. Focuses on technology to accelerate the global transformation to a carbon-neutral economy through its technology. Ooh, that rhymes. It offers solutions that address challenges in decarbonization in ways, whatever. Whatever. You got a head and shoulders pattern. That's the bottom line, and it looks like you're going to be pulling back. You're making me sad. You're making the indelible pride very upset. We're on the Serengeti trying to find stonks here. All right, we got a lot of folks watching, a lot of folks that are part of the pride. They want to see stonks that are parabolic. They don't want to see head and shoulders. Because remember what we say, right? What have you done for me lately? Let's go and take a look at some other tickers. So news ran parabolic yesterday and this morning, and then it retracted significantly. It did pierce VWAP over here, and then you had a massive flusheroo. So news, I'll say thank you, because you ran hard yesterday, and I made some money with that. I like that. You ran 101% this morning, so I made some money with that. Thank you. But right now you're very flushy. You're very flushy.
So, you know.
So you know what we got to say to you, right? It's you, not me. You know, I tried to like you,
Uh-huh.
but you know, after you did the flusheroo, I mean, you know. What have you done for me lately? News. The news is, what have you done for me lately? Wake up, wake up, wake up, little Susie, wake up. PMEC. That's like an old song. Anywho, this stock also had its parabolic moment, but right now, it went up 128% today. It was moving in after hours yesterday. But what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Let's get a new ticker. WGS. Not enough volume. WGS, not enough volume, up 20%. Also, a more expensive stock at $36. So, like that. How did I do? How did I do? How did I do? Let's see. We're looking. There's nothing really good. DBL moms. I'm like, meh. And it's going to be like this. I'm figuring for most of the day. You know, until they have the meeting. Federal Reserve's going to have its meeting. You know, hopefully they're dovish. We want them to be dovish.
Yes.
They got to be nice. Be nice.
Be nice. Be nice.
Be nice. Allude to the fact that you're going to drop interest rates so we can have parabolic runners in the afternoon. Yes, that's what we want. Right? Right, Indelible Prides? We want runners. We got another runner. Go get them. All right. So what else we got? MHUA selling off. Like that. Yeah, so that had its head and shoulders pattern, and it's basically just going all the way downtown, right? So nothing good over here. The best was when it broke this triple top over here, right? Broke the triple top, formed this bull pennant, flat top breakout, broke out, but since then formed this disgusting head and shoulders pattern, and since that head and shoulders pattern has been formed, we have seen a continuous drop in price, and it has not broken through VWAP. The VWAP. So, what have you done for me lately? I want to take a look at news one more time. It's trying to curl, but it's, I don't know. I mean, these flushes right here, that makes me feel a little, queasy, a little nauseous. You got the Dramamine over there, the drama queen, whatever it's called. What is it? Drama queen, Dramamine? What is it? It's not a drama queen. Something. All right, let's see if we can find a different ticker. How about EFSH? EFSH. Let's see if that one's moving. Oh, no. Not schmexy. How about FFIE? Heavy float stock, almost 400 million shares, but it ran 33% in the morning. And since then, it has been selling off. So we got a downward trend right over here. It's been trending downward, and it is barcoding, so it does not have a lot of liquidity, and it breaks my heart, I tell you, it is absolutely breaking my heart that you're going downtown. You're going downtown. So that's no good. All right, so that's not a good one. How about ALBT? Come on. ALBT. Enter. No volume, and you broke your neck over here. Look at that. It broke its neck. It's fallen, and it can't get up. No good. No. We don't like that one. Let's see. How about POWL? Let's try that one. POWL. It's trending upward quite lightly. What do they got? It's an expensive stock. It's $170. Forget about it. Forget about it. It's on the scanner, but it's too expensive. I don't like it too expensive, the stock. You know what I mean? I like it the cheaper stock. The cheaper one. CAUD. No, 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 no. There's not a lot of pickings today, is there? You know, we had a bunch of things running, and then they just couldn't hold out. So now they're all pulling back. They're pulling back. Let's see. Let's see. MHUA pulling back. NUZE was trying to curl. LSH didn't have a lot of volume. It's kind of curling, though. LSH is curling. Let's see if it has any news. It is a $3.90 stock, currently up 62%, and it looks like it might be forming a double top or a test of the high. Well, it is a test of the high. We would love to see it break the high. It's not moving with a lot of momentum. It doesn't have a lot of volume. This candle right here is only 192,000 shares. The float is low. It has a low float of 1.2 million shares, and the volume is currently just 2 million shares. It's up 71%, and it is testing the high. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a new high? It went up a little bit. It went up $4.25. Can it go up to $4.20 for the memes?
Oh.
$4.20 for the memes. Come on, do it for the memes. No?
For the memes.
Looks like a double top to me, though. It looks like it's forming a bearish double top. It does not have a lot of volume, so it is not particularly schmexy at this juncture. It did have news. Lakeside entered into a logistic agreement with leading e-commerce platform. That was at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But, yeah, that's what's going on. If it can't break this key level right here of about $4.17, I'm going to call it $4.20 because I want to do it for the memes. $4.20 for the memes. Can we have a meme? If it cannot break that level, then what are we doing? What are we doing? So that's the story on this one as well. There's not much going on. Not much going on. Let's take a look again at FFIE. A meme-esque kind of stock. It broke the downtrend. Now, this is a very heavily floated stock at 390, almost 392 million shares. 392 million shares. So a lot of shares. Volume only about 35 million. It is slowly curling back up. It was up 33% in the pre-market. It's a cheapo stock, 38 cents. And currently it is up 20%. So it gave back about 13% of its move, but it is trying to get back up. It's trying to get back up. So we'll see. Let's go to Noco. NC. And it still looks quite bearish with that head, shoulder, and shoulder. So looks very bearish. It is still below VWAP. We can get the graffiti pencil out over here and designate where VWAP is, which is around 28 cents. And you can see that the price action is below 28 cents. So not particularly schmexy at this juncture. ISPO has been running for the past couple of days on and off. ISPO. And it is curling, but on very light volume. So not particularly schmexy. You could see it's very light volume because it is, in fact, barcoding, lack of liquidity. Let's go to the 5-minute chart doubles. And you can see it's kind of trending. I guess we could put like a little drawing over here and say it's kind of slowly trending upward. But again, not a lot of volume, not particularly schmexy at this moment. Doubles. All right, so that's the story, and we're sticking with it. All right, folks, we're going to be live streaming in about 5 minutes in the private Discord, where we're going to go through a bunch of strategy, and we're also going to go through a bunch of strategy on how we trade when we're waiting for the FOMC to have its hearing and its meeting, because we have a particular strategy that we use. Again, our strategies may or may not work for you. We can't guarantee anything for you, but we can guarantee that we're telling you what works for us, okay? So if you'd like to join us in that Discord live stream, and of course do a 5-day trial of our Discord, where we call a lot of bangers a lot of times, because yes indeed, the early bird gets the cashola. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment to do a 5-day trial for just $1, and then after that it is $49.99 per month, okay? And it is an incredible community, and we got a chock full of information. We have real-time news for the entire stock market. Not many Discords have that. We got that. We have search features to help search for news on a particular ticker. We got so many great things, and then what an amazing community. Oh, and by the way, we call a lot of bangers a lot of times. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so it's the Discord with all that stuff. And of course, if you want to take our courses, we have over 400 audio and video courses on a website. None of this nonsense. Oh, we give a course in the Discord and it's like one video. Come on. No. Come on. Not for the indelible pride. The indelible pride deserves more.
Yes.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join us, links in the description. If you're not subscribed to YouTube, would you listen to this young man, please?
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember, share.
Because sharing is caring. It helps the stream grow, and it helps us to put out more content. Ladies and gentlemen, you know we did videos on some bangers. How about Mirror about 10 days ago when it ran 270% and the video was out the night before? How about WINT that ran parabolic and we had the video out before that? How about News? Yesterday we did the video on News, ran 101%.
Yes.
Right? And then we had the other ticker yesterday. What was the other one that ran? I forget because we just call so many bangers. It was IMNN, and we did the video the night before, and it ran over 200%, 270%. So subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
And you can also follow us on Twitter. X.com at Coach Nick Money.
Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And you can also follow us on Twitch at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And we're also on TikTok.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Over there it's at DBL Nicks.
At DBL next.
And the name is Coach Nick Money.
Ah.
Aha! See how we did that? All right, folks. We're going to bounce out, and we will see you on the live stream in the Discord. Looking forward to seeing you make a lot of money, because I am Coach Nick Money with the one, the only, the indelible one, DBL Nicks.
In the house.
And, of course, the stock queen herself, the bushy-tailed Serengeti specialist, DBL Mom.